'Cause a lot of them don't know what they doing.
And you know,
what's your name again?
My name is Terrell Jones.
Terrell Jones. We were listening to your conversation about the Black Lives Matter being a hashtag, and I'm saying, because I used to be within Cobra, and I'm with the Black United Front, National Black Wall Street, they need people like you inside the group to really give them information and teach. They need teachers and mentors. And since you've been also attacked by police officers in your home, you know from firsthand. So tell us, go into detail about that.
Well, where can I first start off? Well, my first time actually being...
Can I be quiet? Y'all be a little bit quiet, please.
Hold on. Well...
I'm taping now. I'm taping now.
Well, my first time actually being like attacked...
Just a minute. I'm taping. I want to kind of... Okay.
Well, my first time actually being like attacked was when I was at the age of 16 years old, and I was on a football team at CBS High School, and I was coming home from practice, okay? And one of my friends, he was driving his car, and he ran past the light, and which we all told him, you know, please slow down, but he didn't slow down. The officer stopped us, and one of the officers came into the car, and he pointed a gun right to my head, and said, "Shut the F up. Where y'all going?" Like in this car, he didn't ask no questions or anything. And then I knew from that point on that I knew that we had certain issues like amongst our people, and I knew that at that age that I got attacked by it, and I felt that something had to be done about it. But when you feel weak and when you feel that there's no type of outlet, and you feel that you just get stuck in, and that's how most of my brothers are out here. They're stuck. They feel that no one cares, and so I might as well go out here and do this. I know the majority of all of the gangbangers out here. I grew up around the Lakeshore area. I know from Terrytown, from all sides of where everybody's afraid to actually go. And all these brothers, all of them aren't bad. They just don't have an outlet. Like a lot of black men, a lot of their fathers. Most of my friends didn't know their fathers. So therefore, that when you don't have that foundation there, it's hard for you to want to do better when all that you see is negativity like around you. Like
no, it's really now. The reason why I want to stop there because my son, he taught over at 26 in California. They call him Mr. E. He didn't have no father, and he said that he figured a lot of the boys that he tried to encourage in the penitentiary. He was in Division 9 over there,
okay.
And everybody liked him because he was trying to encourage them. But he said that people knew how he came up with a single parent. His father was not there. He said, we can stop using the father excuse. For one thing, you look at President Obama and Clinton. So we know that fathers do matter, but the point is, they can't keep using it. He said he found out by dealing with a lot of the murderers and boys in the penitentiary, a lot of them were ghetto fabulous. They were children that basically were spoiled. He said, and then when a lot of them heard his story, they couldn't believe it because he walked around. You know, he's got knitsandknots.com. Now he's assistant principal at Sullivan.
Okay.
And he was the only black at one time going around analyzing all the schools. And he didn't, he was just me, and I had two boys. So I'm just saying, we know that the parents matter. But I like the idea of what you was talking about going on back to slavery. Okay. See, they need to know that slave concept, like you said, Black lives been mattering since slavery. I want to hear that part of it.
So, all right. Well, Marcus Garvey, to me, it was one of the greatest pioneers that have ever walked the earth because he was a bad brother.
Yeah.
Like anytime that you can have your own Star Line cruise line in the 1900s when slavery was at its peak.
Really?
I mean, it was like amazing. He had our people in order where we were militant. We believed in it ourselves, and we felt proud about wearing those things. We don't have that now. You have all of these churches. Like if you go from 79th Street all the way from 79th and South Church Drive to 79th and Western, you can give me more than almost 2,000 churches.
Really?
But yet, now none of them really come out and interact with the neighborhoods to really know what's going on, except for they come out on Sundays to get that get that money, and that's not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be more than just monetary type of things. It's supposed to be about the community.
Excuse me, Mr. Jones. I'd like to know if you could talk a little more on what we heard earlier about the Cook County sheriffs attacking you. I know that quite a few people have been attacked by the sheriffs, and there has been no mentioning of it. A lot of children have been killed and grown-ups have been killed. There's been no mentioning of it. I understand that the Cook County Sheriff did you an injustice bill at one point.
Well, yeah, at a point in time, I was actually playing the piano at my sister's house, and unfortunately, it was a misunderstanding evidently, but I got my butt handed to me by the Cook County Sheriffs, and it was an injustice, definitely. I had a lawyer, and I filed a lawsuit. They tried to offer me $75,000 and told me to walk away, but I told them no. And to make a long story short, I had a jury trial, and it was 12 white and one black, and I lost every count. And the lady came out in the courtroom crying to me and said, "Baby, they were all prejudiced against you, and you didn't have a chance on winning." So,
were there medical expenses involved in this?
I mean,
damages?
I'm in a debt right now because I lost the lawsuit, and I had a judgment put against me of $20,000
for medical.
For actually losing my case. But back to the whole point of the whole Black Lives Matter. I believe, in my own opinion, like I said before, our lives been mattered like a long time ago. So it shouldn't take this hashtag Black Lives Matter for people to come out and see that we are the chosen people. Mm-hmm. We are the ones that have been through everything. Like I said, without this country, without our sweat, blood, and tears, without the black ladies taking care of all of these, I'm sorry to say it, but for them to, we basically nurtured our Americans that are here now, and basically we're the ones who got the short end of the stick. The whole 40 acres and a mule thing, we got that. That was taken from us. So right, Abraham Lincoln died. Okay, so it's like we've been stuck, and now the taxes are going up here. You got people who can't afford these taxes, so therefore all of the black people now are all worried. All of the Mexicans now are all worried. This is all going to be white soon because these are the only ones who can afford it. When I look at Lakeshore Drive and Sarcher Drive, I say White Shore Drive and Black Shore Drive. That's how it is. Yeah. When you get off on Roosevelt, you know that the train is going to empty out on the rail line, and you know that you're going to have a seat. All the white people stand up and they look at you weird. It's still segregated. We don't feel comfortable on the trains. We don't feel comfortable downtown. And that's the harsh reality of it. So until that we can come together as a people and understand that we are really all that we have. These young boys out here are killing each other because they're hungry. They're thirsty. They're thinking that, like I'm out here selling these little drugs, but they don't know that we're almost like a science project to them. They look at us and they say, "Oh, these are all of these black people, and now that we freed them, we really don't know what to do with them." So now they're out here just causing havoc, like amongst the community. I've sung at most of Mayor Daley's private parties. I've been around like a lot of aldermen and things of that nature, and it's all about money. It's in our city, unfortunately, it's still crooked. That's the harsh reality of it. It's all about a pay-for-play scheme.
Now, what do you think? How can we change all this? What's one thing we can start doing? You said boycotting is one.
One thing we can definitely start doing is like this boycott. Like I feel that, like I said, our people as our race, we spend more money than any race. Yeah. We spend money on hair, cars, clothes. Okay. And I feel that when Martin Luther King died, I feel that his dream kind of like, we kind of let his death cripple us as a nation as far as our people is concerned. We tore up everything. We went and tore up our own neighborhoods, but you didn't see nobody go down there and tear their neighborhood. So it's like it's almost like it's a brainwash thing that we have to get over, and it starts with us. It starts with the black men. Right. Most black men have to come. Black men have to come there to take care of their families, and it takes both on both sides to help each other because the women have to help the men. The women must support their men. Most women nowadays, the kids are raising kids, and that's a problem. And when you got your mothers who are 23 and 24, and then their daughters who are 13 and 14 right behind them, it seems the same thing. They're dressing at the same. So it has to be some kind of line there, some form of line to get back where things will matter like this. Now, people are going downtown, and I know that everybody is frustrated. We all are. For me to lose my case, the way I lost my case, I'm frustrated, okay? And I just kind of like more or less, I let it go away because I feel like a lot of people feel, what's the sense of doing it when there's already going to be like just as like against you. My second major time of getting harassed by the CPD was I was a part of a group by the name of One Chance, and we had a show for all of these major socialites downtown, and we got on the blue line, and we was running for our train, and we caught the train, but this, I'm sorry to say, this white lady's alarm went off, and as we were running past a car, someone thought that we were breaking inside her car. So as we proceeded to get on the train, my guys and I, we started to sing and practice, and we had the whole train clapping for us. All like, it was just amazing. 2 minutes later, the train stops, and the door opens up, and somebody grabbed my arm and tried to pull me off the train. So I grabbed his arm and I pulled him inside the train. And then that's when I figured out that he had on the badge. It was about, and this is the God honest truth, there was about 100 officers.
Whoa.
On top of that blue line for just all 4 of us. Okay. The one big officer, he was about 6'7". He said, "You say one more effing word, and I'll bust you right in your." And he had both handcuffs, and me and Lloyd, we stared at each other, and we didn't say not a word because we knew that they were serious.
And you know what? You're right. See, the point is, you're showing me that black men matter. That's the only way you're going to have black lives.
Yes.
You know, black men are the one that matters because, there in all kinds of ways there genocide in the jails, you know, gentrification and all kinds of ways to keep from producing. But like you say, black men matter. Yeah. That's the only way you got black lives anyway.
You're right. And let's we step up first.
What's your name again?
My name is Terrell Jones.
Terrell Jones. I've really enjoyed talking to you and listening to you, but you need to be with organizations. See, organizations like Black Lives Matter, a lot of y'all are out there who've done stuff and you're independent thinkers. Well, those are the ones that need to be in these organizations because you can teach these people that have incorporated because y'all the one got the real knowledge of how to do things. That's what I'm just going to say. Black Lives Matter needs you.
I'd like to know, please attack